Good morning. My name is Audrey Ramsey, and I'm a longtime member of Unity. And if this is your first time joining us in this space on Facebook or through our website at www.unityofchattanooga.org, I welcome you. And we at Unity welcome you and thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere this morning, but you chose to be here. And we thank you. This is the month of February where we celebrate the month of love. And in addition to that, we're celebrating February as Black History Month. And how appropriate. If you know anything about the African American culture, your brothers and sisters have been struggling for decades, if not centuries, fighting for equal rights, fighting for equal justice, and fighting for freedom. And with that, I'd like to suggest that we, as this month, not so much focus on the accomplishments that African Americans have made to this society, and they are many. What I'd like for us to do is to focus on and reflect on the resilience of this culture, this resilience through love. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "The moral arc is long, but it bends towards justice." The year 2020 showed us that we are a resilient people. Although we faced the most horrific pandemic in decades, perhaps centuries, we are moving forward. And as a people, we are moving forward, and the year 2020 may have represented the awakening, but 2021 should represent the transformation. And by transformation, we in our community are building bridges to close that gap. And we're on our way to that path that leads to tolerance and acceptance, not fear, inclusion, not separation, love, not hate, and more importantly, that path is guiding us to peace, love, joy, happiness. And with that, I welcome you. You're in for a treat. We've got a great program set for you. Have a good week.
Good morning, Unity of Chattanooga. I'm Vic Sorrell. It's a gift to be with you all today, from Nashville to wherever you are. And you may recall that we've met in the past. I used to be one of the singers with the group Source. And we spent many wonderful times with you all there in Chattanooga. So I'm glad to be back with you all today to share more music and message. And today, I speak a lot about my learnings from A Course in Miracles. And in A Course in Miracles, we're taught that there are only two emotions, love and fear. And that understanding the nature of love is really more than our mortal minds can comprehend. So our best bet is to focus instead on the blocks that we hold to our experience of love's presence. So when we get caught up in fear instead of love, we need a song that can remind us what we can do with that fear. I release and I let go, let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. So no more struggle, no more strife. With our faith we see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, Yes, I'm only here for God. Let's clap our hands, release, and I let go. Come on, everybody. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. So we're singing no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, 'cause my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. There's no more struggle and no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. We are free in the Spirit, 'cause we're only here for God. Good morning.
Thank you, Audrey, for sharing the information on Black History Month. We appreciate it, and thank you. And Vic, thank you for the music, and thank you for your coming message. I'm excited to hear it. And Vic has been with us before, and is part of the music group Source, so we know Vic, and we're glad to have him here. Welcome to Unity of Chattanooga. I'm Reverend Faye Ann. Let's join our hearts and our minds together and in prayer. Thank you. Thank you, God, for all that we have, all the opportunities that are coming our way, that are with us right now. We are so blessed. Thank you for the love that fills our being and the light that radiates out of us. Thank you for your presence, that we are the people that we are. We feel so blessed and so loved because we are. And we see the love and the light and the people around us, our family members, our neighbors, and we see that love and light in the new people coming into our lives that maybe we'll only see for those few seconds. But they are giving us an opportunity to grow. Perhaps learn a lesson. Maybe they don't know that they are filled with love and light, but we do. And we see that and we honor that. And we lift them up. We are so grateful for this time, for everyone that is in our lives, for every opportunity, because we can bring love and light to every situation. We can lift it up. We can lift up the situation. We can lift up the people involved. We can lift ourselves up. Love and light. We're so grateful. And so it is. Thank you, God. Amen. Vic works with a company called Nashville Cares, and he is in their marketing department, and he gets to do a lot of good work in the world. It's his dream, and he's living it. His topic today is clear as love. Vic Sorrell.
One of my favorite songs that we recorded as the group Source was this song about peace, love, and forgiveness, Uncommon Ground. We know how it feels to break down. We know how it feels to fight. We know how it feels to lose ourselves in the dark soul of the night. We've been disconnected, let's turn it around. A one love perspective, that's uncommon ground. Uncommon ground. Don't be afraid of how we're different. Uncommon ground. Don't be a stranger to change. Uncommon ground. Reach out for freedom with us right here and now. It's waiting on uncommon ground. Peace, love, forgiveness. Peace, love, forgiveness. Now anybody's mind can open, and anybody's heart can heal. Anybody's heart can heal. And anybody's past can be remade in one moment of truth revealed. We've been disconnected, let's turn it around. A one love perspective is uncommon ground. Uncommon ground. Don't be afraid of how we're different. Uncommon ground. And don't be a stranger to change. Uncommon ground. Reach out for freedom with us right here and now. It's waiting on uncommon ground. Appreciation opens the way to the break of a brighter day, where fear disappears and love takes a stand. Together we step up to that promised land. Uncommon ground. Don't be a stranger to change. Uncommon ground. Reach out for freedom with us right here and now. It's waiting on uncommon ground. Uncommon ground. Don't be a stranger to change. Reach out for freedom with us right here and now. It's waiting on uncommon ground. Peace, love, forgiveness. Peace, love, forgiveness. Just sing it now. Peace, love, forgiveness. Peace, love, forgiveness. It all begins with peace, love, forgiveness. It all ends with peace, love, forgiveness. Reach out for your freedom. Peace, love, forgiveness. It's waiting on forgiveness. It's a gift to be here with you all today. In this way, especially. You may remember in the past that as one of the singers of the musical group Source, our congregations, or I've crossed paths with your congregation in the past, and we shared many wonderful times together. So I'm excited and grateful to be here in this way to serve your congregation again this morning. I'd like to begin with the following. Please hold with me in consciousness. We are as enough now as we could ever be, worthy of prosperous, abundant, healthy life experiences that feel full. And we are safe to co-create these experiences now. And so it is. So I've been a Unity student for over 20 years. But what's really interesting is that my preconceived notions about myself and about what a church should be almost kept me from receiving the gift that Unity has been in my life. Let me give you a little backstory. In my early 20s, during a very difficult period of my life, I found the work of Marianne Williamson, synchronistically. And through the work of Marianne Williamson, I found A Course in Miracles. It was through that find, I guess you would say, that I was introduced to the possibility that there really are only two fundamental emotions, love and fear. Now, in addition, I also learned in A Course in Miracles that understanding love, and more specifically, the nature of love, is really more than our mortal minds can comprehend. So our work then, it makes sense, would be instead not to understand love, but to understand the blocks that we hold to our own awareness of love's presence. Now, do you know what happens when you make a conscious, energetic commitment to seeing the blocks that you hold to love's presence? Let's just say a wrecking ball arrived, followed very closely by a Cat 10 bulldozer. And every form that I really had known in my life up until that point was cleared away. I now see that one of the best ways to learn the blocks that you hold to the awareness of love's presence are to have everything that you're attached to and everything that you might otherwise find your identity in be stripped away all at once. This gave the universe and me an opportunity to start again, to build a new foundation based on a new set of understandings about myself, about life, and most importantly, about love. But back to Unity and how I almost missed the gift. Well, it was the summer of 2006, and though I had been a student of A Course in Miracles for a couple of years, I didn't know about Unity, and someone recommended the website, unity.org. So I went on the site and I thought, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. There's no way that there's a Unity church here. That would be too progressive for... Actually, there were 3. So the first one that I went to, I pulled up on a summer Sunday morning in 2006 to the address that I found on the website, and you guessed it, the church was in a strip mall. Well, at that time in my life, I had some very specific notions about what a church in a strip mall would be like, could be like, would have to be like. And I also had some very specific preconceived notions about what a church for me should be like. So I moved on. I never went inside, but as fate would have it, luck would have it, life would have it, I moved on to the next address for the next Unity Church, which was just outside of Nashville in a little suburb called Brentwood. And it was there that I walked in that summer morning of 2006 and I heard the Reverend John McLean speaking about love in a way that I had never heard it before. Now, I had that same experience that many of us have when we first find Unity, and that is the feeling of coming home. But John McLean said something that day that has resonated with me ever since. And that is, whether you are living the life of your dreams is irrelevant. Are you living the life of your choice? I learned that often our choices are significantly influenced by our preconceived notions. Are we living the personhood of our choice today? Are we living out the truth that we claim to know and value? And furthermore, are we clear that we are alive at the most important time of our life journey right now? It's true. Our most important time is now. We've never been wiser. We've never been more experienced. We've never been more useful to love as an instrument than we are now. And yet, are we clear about that? Is that the first thing we think when our feet hit the floor every morning? Are we clear as love? Love is pretty clear. We know what love feels like. And as we continue to do our work, life helps us in learning about the blocks that we hold to our awareness of love's presence. But are we clear as love? Meaning, are we clear that we live and breathe and have our being in love? Is love our identity? Are we clear that the work we each have the opportunity to do with love, as love, for love's purposes, is the most important work we could ever do in this life? And are we clear that when we look out into the world and we see so much suffering, apparently I have some consensus. Are we clear that when we look out into the world and we see so much suffering, so much division, so much discord, what we're seeing is what A Course in Miracles would call a collective crucifixion unfolding on a daily basis? Now, A Course in Miracles basically defines a crucifixion as the effects of a thought system rooted in fear. And the answer to a collective crucifixion would obviously be what? A resurrection. Most of all, when we look outside ourselves and see this collective crucifixion, are we clear that it is the most important time for us as the bearers of light on planet Earth to be actively facilitating our own personal resurrection with ourselves on the inside, so as to be available as an answer, as love's answer? Are we clear as love? So as we show up in any moment, already having decided we know what's going on, what it means, and how we feel about it all, well, we tend to recreate what we've always known, because we're bringing into the present moment who we've always been, what we've always seen. And the reality is, what the ego has already defined, love has little room to explain. And so here we are in this second month of our new year. The year many of us said we were so ready for last December. And yet, here we are. It's almost that feeling of, well, what's going to happen? We're in the energy of the Great Conjunction. Saturn and Jupiter are in Aquarius. Well, today I would suggest for us that it's more likely about how will we happen to life as extensions of the creative force known as love. A Course in Miracles teaches us that our self-perception will determine our behavior. And that leaves us but little room then to conclude that how we will happen to life depends on what we see when we consider ourselves in our mind's eye. Are we clear as love? If we are, then in this new year, as love, what will we allow ourselves to think? How will we allow ourselves to feel? What will we allow ourselves to say, and to whom? As love, what would we do? Well, for starters, we would let ourselves have our dreams. And in the energy that naturally happens in the natural state of aliveness, that's our own personal unfoldment and bloom, we would also allow our most helpful contributions to and for that collective crucifixion that we see happening in the world. We're coded for that. Are we clear about that? Are we clear that each one of us holds as love an answer to a piece of the suffering that we see in the world? To be inspiring is to be inspired. And I do my best to live inspired, which means that I do my best on a regular basis to pay attention to other spiritual teachers and spiritual teachings all over the world. One of those teachers just happens to be the Reverend Dr. Kathy Ann Lewis out of a Center for Spiritual Living in Seattle, Washington. And recently, I was watching Kathy Ann's talk about our human tendency to play small. And I was thinking about this talk, and I was thinking, if we are clear as love, playing small is not even an option. It's not even on the table. It's not even in the realm of possibility. But maybe it would be helpful if we had a better idea of why we sometimes play small in the first place, so that as we remain awake to our intention to show up as love, we can watch out for these 4 common possible tendencies that we may have to fall asleep to our true nature. So, even though playing small is not a natural part of our spiritual essence, because when we shine, the truth is we give others permission to do the same. Marianne Williamson wrote that in A Return to Love. It's without realizing it that sometimes we discount what our heart truly desires. Now, in Unity, we talk about this all the time. Name your good, claim your good, and make space to receive your good. But many times we won't claim a good that we don't feel safe in receiving. We actually anticipate what it is we can accomplish of ourselves, and then we name that as our good because it's safe. It feels achievable. We don't have to worry about failing. And the truth of the matter is, sure, there are probably many things that we can do of our own mortal personality selves. But the truth is, until we say yes to that big, hairy, audacious vision for our lives, we never really experience the power of what God can do and how God really works. Jan Van Sant says, if your vision for your life doesn't make you want to pee down your leg just a little bit, it's not the right vision for you. We discount what our heart truly wants, and sometimes we name a good that feels safe. Something else we do, and when you think about it, man, this is really common. We contemplate how we might be offensive to others if we really had what we want. How might that rub other people wrong? How might that make other people feel about us? Well, my sister taught me a really good lesson in my early 20s. I was so scared of coming out of the closet. And as the result of growing up gay in a very small town, I took it on myself to anticipate every possible negative reaction that anybody I had ever known might have to finding out that I'm gay. Well, guess what happened? When I came out of the closet, nobody cared. It was me. I put myself through hell anticipating what their reaction might be. And the lesson my sister taught me was this: you'll care a lot less about what other people think about you when you realize how seldom they actually do. And it's true. Think about it. People have so much going on in their own lives, on their own radar screens, in their own minds, that when they think of us, it's fast. And then they're back to their own agenda, their own worries, their own preoccupations. It's human nature. Something else we do, we often play not to lose. Now think about that. Playing not to lose. It basically means we always stay in our comfort zone. We never allow ourselves the opportunity to experience fresh life for fear that we might, what? Appear naive, appear ignorant, appear stupid. But the truth of the matter is, until we get out on a limb, we're probably not very likely to taste the fruit, unless it's by means of someone else who's offered us the fruit because they went out on the limb. Finally, and this is probably the biggest of the 4 points, many times we end up playing small in life because we let our past define us. Something I haven't mentioned yet today, but is true, is I spend a lot of time these days as a life coach. And last week I was having a conversation with one of my clients, and she was talking about how 2021 was a very important year for her. And the way she described it was, I simply can't mess up again. I've made so many mistakes. This year has to be the Grand Slam. This year has to be the year that it all works out for me. And for a second, I was almost on board, and I paused and I thought, what would love say to that? And what fell in for me and what I offered her is, what if your commitment was to continuing your process no matter what? Continuing as the result of the love that you have for the love that you are, and the journey that naturally unfolds in the energy of love. Meaning, if we are to have life in all of its fullness, in all of its abundance, in all of its radiance, there will be mistakes. There will be times where we have to be vulnerable. There will be times when we have to simply be willing to be seen and to shine for the purposes that love has us alive to meet, for the times that love has appointed specifically for us. We have to be willing. We have to be willing in order to experience the fullness of all that's intended for us. So yeah, I guess it's true. It is Earth School. But the question is, are we asleep in class? Or are we allowing ourselves to participate? Are we showing up? Are we asking questions? Are we paying attention? Are we engaged? Are we eager? Are we clear about our truth? Are we clear as love? Namaste.
Vic, for the message. We appreciate it. And just the light that comes out of you and the love. I just love it. You just spread it around wherever you go, and it just attaches itself to everybody you meet. So thanks for being that light and that love in the world. This is the time in our service where we get to participate and we get to give that financial part that helps make our church successful. And it helps us to bring in good speakers. And if you've enjoyed the speakers that we have had, please help us to continue bringing them. Penny has a great lineup, great speakers. We are doing really well. So thank you for participating, and thank you for being a part of Chattanooga, because this helps to spread the unity message around in our community. So share it with your friends, your family, anybody that wants to know why you're lit up. Join us. And now for our love offering song.
Spirit flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Spirit show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding. Your unfolding peace, and Spirit show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love.
Jesus said, "Give, and it will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing in your lap." We interpret this as the law of circulation, meaning simply that as we give, we open doors within ourselves through which God's abundance flows, and we receive accordingly. Giving and receiving with a sense of appreciation are the thoughts, feelings, and actions that create true abundance in every area of our life. We encourage our members to give their tithes and their offerings to where they are spiritually fed and where they see God's work being done.
I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so time of trouble, I say,
God is so good.
in my time of trouble, I know,
God is so good.
in my time of trouble, I sing,
God is so good. My God is so good to me.
take it, Sherry.
In my time of triumph, I know God is so good. In my time of triumph, I'm singing God is so good. In my time of triumph, I say God is so good. My God is so good to me.
When the day is over, I'm singing.
God is so good.
I said, when my day is over, I'm singing.
God is so good.
Oh, when my day is over, I'm singing.
God is so good. My God is so good to me. Every day and every way, God is so good. Oh yeah, now every day and every way, God is so good. Oh yeah, every day and every way, God is so good. My God is so good to me. When I take the time to praise the Spirit, God is so good. Oh yeah, every day, time, every Spirit, God is so good. When I take the time to praise the Spirit, I take the time. I take the time to praise the Spirit. Oh, better take the time. Take the time to praise the Spirit. God is so good. My God is so. My God is so. My God is so good to me.
Wow, my God is so good to me, and God is good to you. We are so blessed and grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I've got the announcements here. Sunday morning, 9:30 is our meditation. Join us with that. And I want to thank Keith for doing that meditation several Sundays in a row. He filled in for me while I was down visiting my mother in Jacksonville. And I had a delightful time in the warmer air. Even though it was cold, it was still warmer. And I enjoyed that. And it was so good to spend some time with my mother. So thank you, Keith, for that gift. Thursday, noon, mindful musings. What a neat way to see each other on the Zoom. And I really got to enjoy having a whole hour with everybody when I was at my mother's, and that was really nice. Usually it's just a minute or two here and there because I'm working. We are looking for several members who would like to serve on the Board of Trustees. And if that does ring a bell, if it interests you in any way, please connect with Penny and she'll give you the information. And our annual membership meeting is going to be Sunday, February the 21st on Zoom. So make sure you join us. We'll have information on that and how to connect with that. Oh, next week is going to be another great Sunday. Landis is going to be back with us. What fun. I love Landis. And Reverend Kathy Beasley. Now, she is a powerhouse. I had the privilege a couple of years ago to hear her speak at the Unity ordination of new ministers, and she is dynamite. She is a Unity minister and a religious science minister. She is a senior minister at Central Florida Center of Spiritual Living, and she will be with us next week. To close, listen, share this with your friends because she is just a powerhouse. Okay. In closing, Vic is going to end with the prayer protection, but first he is going to sing a song that is dear to his heart called Within, and he is going to sing that instead of our peace song. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Vic, for being with us. And you have a great week. Blessings to you. Bye.
To close out today, I'd like to dedicate this song to each one of you. It's a song that we used to sing with Source, one of my favorites called Within. Would you jump into your freedom? If you knew you have it net,
Yes, I
would you give yourself permission? To live your life with no regret. 'Cause there is so much out there,
There is so much out there.
glorious to see. And there is one decision. Oh, it's waiting patiently. I will be your witness. I will be your friend. And your dreams are my dreams, waiting to begin. I'm gonna hold your vision, lose your way again. 'Cause I'm the one who knows you. I'm the love within.
Love, love,
The sweetest love within.
love within.
Can you look and see a difference? Oh, in where you are and where you've been. You will see we are eternal. Once you feel there is no end. And I will be your witness, I will be your friend. And your dreams are my dreams, waiting to begin. I'm gonna hold your vision if you lose your way again. 'Cause I'm the one who knows you. I'm in love within.
Love, love,
The sweetest love within.
love within.
Waiting here within.
Love, love,
I am the love within. And there is so much out there.
there is so much out there.
It's glorious to see. There is one decision. Oh, one. It's waiting patiently. I will be your witness. I will be your friend. And your dreams are my dreams, waiting to begin. I'm gonna hold your vision if you lose your way again. 'Cause I'm the one who knows you. I said, I'm the one who knows you. And I'm the one who knows you. I'm in love within. The sweetest love within. I'm waiting here within. I am the love within. So thank you for inviting me into your home today, into your life today, into your heart today, for a special time of music and message. I'm Vic Sorrell, and I'd love for us to say together the prayer for protection as we close out today. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a wonderful week until we meet again. Namaste.